What's up, it's V. Thank you for buying our decks. I just wanted to say a special thank you. And yes, this video is on how to use the Time Will Tell decks. So I have two different ways to use them, two different ways that work for me. Everybody's different. Your intuition might, guide you in a different direction. You know what? I will also do the crystal says how to. Yeah. So, all right. So for the Time Will Tell, I have two different, not spreads, but different ways to help you get your answer. So, you know how when we shuffle our cards, we get two conflicting answers, right? Well, what I've learned is that it's like a time frame, like a range, like approximate, not approximate, more like an estimate or a guesstimate, where you have like the beginning of the spectrum and the end of the spectrum when it comes to time. Like, you know how they say, okay, expect your cable company to come from 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. So it's like a little bit of a window here. So that's basically what we're creating with the Time Will Tell deck. It's like a window, a range. And if there's like a message that comes through, like patience is key or time will tell or something like that. If another message comes through that doesn't have to do with numbers, then that is also a key ingredient. It's like the advice, you know? Okay, so I'm give you an example. So, okay, we got my little butterfly right here. When will butterfly find some beautiful nectar? She's resting right now. She's been flying though. She's been flying high, trying to find the best nectar. Every nectar that she goes into, it's already been, another butterfly got to it. So she got like, the seconds of it. It's not as juicy, or it's not as much. Wow. So when will the butterfly find the best flower that has the juiciest, tastiest nectar? I'm going to use two cards for this scenario. Sample number 1, it's not too late, and then we have December. So this tells me that the person, the butterfly, it's look, you ain't got flowers right here. We got flowers in here. We got flowers. It's not too late. The butterfly should keep on going. But butterfly, don't give up. You're almost there. And if you keep going, look, it might take you a few months. Oh, actually, we're already in December. Look at that. It's not too late to keep trying other flowers. It's not too late to keep trying another flower patch in another state. Keep on flying. Keep on flying. And then in the meantime, keep on going from flower to flower, even though they might taste disgusting. But if you keep at it, if you keep persistent, you will find December. You'll have what you're looking for in the month of December. So that's, one scenario. You see how we have like a message, we have a month. So it's like, keep on going, and then we have an actual month here. So let's do another scenario. Panda bear. What's up, Panda? What's up, buddy? How you doing? How you doing? All right. Panda bear. When are you going to find that good bamboo? No, when are you going to find your mate, Panda? When are you going to find your mate so you can enjoy that good bamboo? Let's see. Panda bear. New energy, new message, clearing out the old message, the old energy for this new panda bear. When will you find your mate, your special mate who loves bamboo just as much as you do? Bamboo friends. When are you going to find your mate? Let's do 3 cards this time. Let's do 3 cards, 3 cards. 3 cards. When will you find your mate, panda bear? 3 cards. So we have time to plan. Wow, time will tell. And we got 6+ years. And if you want to pull an extra card, if you want to, if you're feeling adventurous, because sometimes it's like the more cards you pull, the more confusing it gets, of course. But sometimes it could be, a little bit of a help. So I got time to plan. So it's like, okay, if you want to meet your mate, what are you gonna do? You're gonna mingle. You're gonna get yourself out there. You're going to, come off one tree, keep on going to the other trees. You might find somebody or some bear, panda bear. We also have time will tell. So it's like, it's not sure just net. I mean, it's not clear. And it could be because, look, it's quite a few, you know, quite a stretch here. So it depends on the plans in action. 6+ years. It can take longer than that, or it can be something sooner if the panda bear, you know, creates a plan and sticks to it. He can, look, time will tell. Exactly. It's like 6 years. All right, well, let's make this happen sooner. Let's make it happen sooner. Let's make this happen sooner. But if you plan right now, maybe you'll end up cutting this in half. Maybe it could be 3 years. Look, patience is key. So it's going to take some time, Panda. Sorry to say this. It's going to take some time. So that's how we can use this, you know, this spread. 3 cards. I think anything more than 3 cards will be a little bit hard to decipher, because then you're like, you're trying to figure out, like, wait a minute, but is it 6 years or is it 3 years, you know? But let's do another scenario. Oh, why is this in here? My crystal says is in here. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm gathering the crystal says. We're not ready for that yet. So let's do another one. All right. When will it get really, really cold outside here in Pennsylvania, on my side of the town? When will it start to really, 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 really get cold outside? Okay, let's do 3 cards again. When will it really start to go, you know, get a little bit of, will start to really drop the temperatures? So it's time to recalibrate. It's 1 to 2 months, and then make it happen sooner. I know, it's like, what? Okay, so this tells me time to recalibrate. You know, this is saying time to hibernate, time to prepare, time to warm up, time to get your space heaters, time to get your space blankets or your heater blankets, time to get your robes out, your gloves out, you know, time to recalibrate, time to adjust to this weather change. And look, in 1 to 2 months, and that's exactly what's happening. It's cold, but it's not as cold. And I was asking, when is it really going to get so cold where the temperatures drop? In 1 or 2 months, that makes sense. In January, we can expect snow. Like New Year's Eve, we start expecting snow. It starts to get really brutal outside and windy and just, you know, scarce. It depends. It depends on where you are as well, you know. For me, I can see colder temperatures in a month or 2. Or it can even be from 3 to 4 weeks, you know. Let's say the tail end of 3 weeks, which we're pushing into the 4 weeks, which is the month, you know. So up to a month to 2 months. And so on someone else's side of town, it can be totally different. They might live up in the mountains where things are much colder. So you might see that their weather, you know, the answer might come out differently for them. Make it happen sooner. This just tells me that it could happen sooner. It could happen. It depends. Yeah, it depends on the location where a person is located. You know, I can be in Antarctica and it's always cold, but then the temperatures drop, and, you know, this answer might change, you know. Or if I'm in, I don't know, another part of the country where we're barely getting winter, it can be like, oh, well, if I travel, you see how people are traveling on the bridge? If I travel to another world, another country, look, it might happen sooner. I might get lower temperatures, but where I am, it's really warm, you know? So that's how we can use this deck. I would suggest doing, to keep it simple, 1 to 2 cards. Let me give you a scenario. So let's say we got 7 or 8 months, right? And then we got, okay, we got 11 to 12 months. So the way I started using that, even with my other time deck, I practice a lot with other time decks so that I can know how to use my own once we created it. Yeah, you always gotta do practice and test runs and all that stuff to make sure everything flows. But the way I did it was, I went from the number that I have here to the next number. So even if this number is greater than this one, so that's a year to 7 months, right? So 11 to 12 months to 7. So that's what, 7 months, almost 8 months. It could also be 9 if you're going from 11 to 8. So it could be 9 months. 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 10 months. Wait, no, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 9 months, yeah. So you can go from there, from 11 to 8 months. That's like a stretch of 9 months. That's a window, and a window right there. Or if you can say that scenario, or you can move your cards around. Don't be afraid to move your cards around. If you know, if it seems like a long stretch, you can say to your Aquarians, or I got 9 months, or it could be 7 to 12 months. That range right there, that's a 5-month range. 7 to 12, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 5 months. So from 5, you could say from 5 months, or 9 months, or 5 to 9 months, or 9 to 5. No, not 9 to 5. No, 12 to 8 months, 11 to 8 months. Sorry, I'm sorry to confuse you, but you know, use the last number, or this first number, 7 to the last number, 12. 7 to 12, that's 5 months. Or you can go from 11 months to 8 months, and that's like what I told you, 9 months. So that's basically how you can give, you know, how you can gauge and give that range to your friends, or your currents, your readings, even yourself. Have like a window frame of mind, where it's like a range, you know. It's not specific. The other thing I wanted to say, let's say you have October, again, it kind of works with the October, and then you have no rush, and then let's say you have 3 to 4 months. So that's the message, that's the advice, you know. That's like the gentle, okay, well, just be patient, it's going to come when it's meant to, no rush, you know. But you have 3 to 4 months then October. So you can say the range from 3 to October, 3 months to October. So we're in December. So what? That's 10 months. So there's a range here. So from now until 10 months, it could happen, you know? If you're getting two conflicting months here, or time frames here. But if you want to just go with 2 cards, this will be more easier, depending on the messages that come out. In 3 to 4 months, no rush, you know? But if you get like, let's say you get 3 to 4 months to 6 years, you're like, crap, well, which one is it? All right, well, there's a range here, 3 to 6, so that's basically under a year. So you can say between 1 year to 6 years, you know? It's less than it, well, actually it's less than a year. So you could say 3 months to 6 years. So you could say, you know, a few years from now. You know, it might take a while, you know? That's a time frame. So in the middle, there's other things happening. So that's what I have. Yeah, that's what I have for the Time Will Tell deck. So hopefully this makes sense for you. It's always best to use either 2 cards or less. I mean, you can use 1, right? You can be like, sure, time to reflect. Okay, but wait, let me clarify that. Time to reflect. Let me clarify this time to reflect. Please let me clarify this time to reflect. And then you have in 60 years. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to have plenty of time to reflect, because that's a long stretch. That's a long stretch of a time to sit there and just have idle hands. Okay, time to reflect. All right. All right. So I got my answer. But, you know, energies are always changing. We can make things happen sooner too, if we wanted to. You know, I believe in the laws of attraction. I believe in stepping into my magician energy. So if I don't like the 6+ years, I always tell my clients, you know, that we have the power to make things happen sooner. Time to reflect. Maybe we can make some plans in the works. I mean, get some plan in the works while we're waiting. Maybe we could figure out how to strategize and then make things happen sooner. Exactly. So that's what I have for that. So now we have the Crystal Says, and I love using this in my live stream. I will just do a brief sample here in case you didn't want to look at the long the videos. I know they were pretty long. So the way I use this is kind of like we're taking a voting poll. Survey says 2 positives out of 3 says yes, 2 negative cards out of 3 says no. And if I feel inclined and I want like a tiebreaker or something like that, or they're all like positive, they're all negative, I'm like, let me just throw in 1 card just to make sure. So this is what I do. So will Panda Bear get to find a lot of bamboo, whatever. Hold on, let me think. Will Panda Bear be able to find a lot of bamboo? Will Panda Bear be able to find a lot of bamboo more than usual? Will Panda be able to find a lot of bamboo more than usual? Proceed cautiously. All right. That's 1. We got 2 more cards to go. Will Panda Bear be able to find the bamboo? Will Panda Bear be able to find her bamboo? All right. So, wow, that's interesting. That's interesting. So, look, we even have another one here to solidify this answer. But it says, look, proceed cautiously. So, it's like, you know, maybe there's some obstacles. You got this bridge here. Maybe you have a traffic jam up ahead. So, it's like this path might be this patch of trees might not be the right one for you, bamboo friend or panda friend. Not possible. Look, there's obstacles. There's barbed wire. So it could be that these trees are you know, getting old. They're not as you know, lively as the bears like to eat them. How they like them. So no, I would, you know, look, proceed cautiously. Doesn't look like it's you know, a good tree up ahead. And then you have the red light. Stop, halt, no, you know. So then it's kind of like you got your answer. You're basically saying no. It doesn't look like if you're going in that direction, you're going to find your bamboo. So I would say, you know, maybe turn it the other way around, you know. And how can you make it into a yes? How can you do it? Proceed cautiously. Maybe you can proceed, but then take a detour to go right a little bit or go left. So that's one scenario on how I like to use this, you know, kind of like a voting poll. You're taking, you know, yeah, votes. 2 positives mean yes, 2 negatives mean no. So, okay, make a plan. All right, bamboo friends. If you make a plan, you'll find some bamboo. Okay. My daughter wanted me to use the whale. So, all right, whale and butterfly. Is it true that you guys are like frenemies? Is it true that you guys can't get along? Come on. Is it true that you guys can't get along, whale and butterfly? Is it true? Is it true? Is it true that the butterfly and whale can't get along? No doubt, no doubt. Okay. Come on, 2 positive cards mean yes, 2 negative cards mean no. Is it true? Is it true that you guys can't get along? All right. No, so there's no doubt in my mind that it is true that they can't get along. I guess not, because you are of water, even though you do breathe air, and you are of land, of air. You are of earth. So I guess it would be impossible to get along. I mean, maybe if you guys were in the same ecosystem, maybe it would work. But it's absolutely true that they cannot get along. So we have all 3 answers across the board. So then it says, look, think it over. Not a good idea, you know. And then look, yes, but if you guys were part of the same ecosystem, if you butterfly breathed in air and swam in the water, then maybe you guys could be friends. If, you know, the whale didn't think of you as a meal, just like the other fish. Anyway, so that's what I have. That's what I have, friend. I would say with this deck, 2 out of 3 cards, you know. Don't complicate it, because you don't want to, yeah, complicate it for your intuition. So 2 out of 3 cards, 2 positives means yes, 2 negatives mean no. If you get like all neutral cards, where it's like, you know, just it's like a maybe, you know, it's not really yes, it's not really no, then, you know, stay with your maybes, and then if you want to pull one more to kind of break the tie a little bit, or to get more of a oomph, to really solidify it, then you can say, you know what, it's maybe, so we're leaning towards, it's all these maybes. Then you pull one more card, and then you might get a yes, you might get a no. So that maybe can turn into a yes, then maybe can turn into a no. You know, but if you want to just stick with the maybes or the neutral cards, because there could be something, it can be just that you know, it's unclear. It's not a yes, it's not a no. It's just maybe something's happening behind the scenes that, you know, it's unclear. So it's hard to determine in that whatever question you're asking, you know. You might need to ask when the energy is fresh, or maybe another day, and maybe you'll get a definite yes or definite no. Or maybe you'll still get your maybe. So that's what I have for you. I hope that this helped you. Sorry if I confused everything by throwing all these different scenarios, but I was trying to give different examples on how to use both decks. And yeah, I'm probably going to share this with other people in case they're having the same problem, you know, connecting to the deck, because I really want people to love their deck. I really want it to be able to help them, and you know, that's why we make them, because I know I love decks that, you know, what's the word? It takes care of different needs, you know, like it's hard to do yes and no's with tarot sometimes. Well, it used to be, And so that's why I wanted this deck. And, you know, it's hard to tell with tarot the timing, and that's why I wanted this deck. So I really want people to be able to use it with confidence. So I hope that you, or use them with confidence. So I hope that you're doing awesome. You have a beautiful rest of your day. And thank you for even asking. Absolutely. Anything you need help with when it comes to our decks, let me know. Much love.